called sin, yet they are not at all. Serving your nation is not a crime. But instead, you should be questioned, why are you not serving your nation? There is nowhere in the Bible you will find God using people who are doing nothing, who are idle. Once you go to other nations, you find the pastors also serving the government. But once we come to our nations, they tell us serving the government is a crime or a sin. That's why we have so many poor pastors, because they don't know how to do business. They can't even work in the government. Me, in my belief, in my also philosophy, it allows me to speak out my mind and also serve the government. All my energy. Once you go in the UK, there is a team of pastors who are the advisors to the Prime Minister. And once you go to the US, starting from the police and the White House, they have the pastors who are called the chaplains. And also we have pastors who are senators. So there are pastors who will go to politics. And your believers, you're electing you. You become a pastor as well as serving in the government, in the parliament. Anyone who has given you this ideology, they have lied to you. Serve your nation and also serve the Lord God Almighty.
Bishop Dr.Musinga, ushimire cyane kubwitange mwagize mukava muri USA muri Amerika mukaza mu Rwanda. Nk'umuntu nsubira mu kibazo cyanjye, wabaye nk'ugisubiza nk'umunyepolitike mwiyobokamana hariya kubera ababishop bagenzi n'abapotere babicaye, ariko kandi tubwire isi yose mu rusange. Ukunda FPR, ugakunda President Paul Kagame, ugakunda AFC M23 natwe irwanyeho. Ukoreye inama igitabo cyawe ukimurikiye i Kigali mu Rwanda, ariko kandi AFC M23 natwe irwanyeho. Igoma ni nyabagendwa, Bukavu ni nyabagendwa muri AFC M23. Urateganya kuzava muri Afrika byibuza ubonanye n'ubuyobozi bwa AFC M23, dore ko amahera y'abagendwa kandi bakunda kwakira abantu. Niye message uhereza abanyamurenge bari iminembwe bakurikiranye ibitangazamakuru, urabahumuriza ute mu gihe gisa nk'iki ngiki, nubwo usibye ko twanashimira twirwaneho na AFC kuko bari ku kazi kandi urugamba rurarimbanije kandi gutsinda ni ngombwa. Amadubu twamaze kumenya yuko uri dubu, twamaze kumenya yuko uri AFC. Uyu munsi rero ni ihe message uhereza amadubu ari iminembwe na AFC muri rusange.
Ikintu cya mbere cyo uvuze kuri mu Rwanda, nkunda nyakubahwa Perezida Kagame, ndabivuga kuko biri ku mutima wanjye kandi nta muntu ubimpatira kubivuga, ni biri mu mutima wanjye. Ndi nkunda AFC, twirwaneho M23. Rero message mbafitiye hano mu Rwanda, mwebwe abanyarwanda, mbabwira ijambo rimwe: mushikire ubuyobozi bwanyu kuko mufite ubuyobozi bwiza. Ntimugategereze ngo baze kukwinginga mukuri. Ntabwo uzofata mikoro ngo ubwo baguhemba. Kuba baguhaye amahoro ni umushahara wonyine urahari. Ijambo nabwira twirwaneho MRDP, M23, AFC bagomba kwishakira amahoro, ntawe uzoyaba. Niba batayishakira ntawe uzoyabagemurira kwibiryo cyangwa nk'imvungure cyangwa ibindi biryo bashatse. Bazoyashaka bayabone. Message nabahereza, ndabakunda kandi ndabashigikiye kuzageza umunsi amahoro zaboneka.
Niki wabwira abanyamurenge bagiye mu Kagara? Akagarwa no kuva mu Igarasha, hano wigeze uti kirazira nubona umuntu yabaye Kigarasha ari inshuti yawe utandukana nawe uzamuveho. Niki wabwira abagiye mu Tugara b'abanyamurenge? Niki uri bubwire abashumba bo mu Rwanda nabo muri Kongo babasha kuba bari ari Masisi, ari Bukavu, ari Goma, badahagarara ngo beme bavugisha ukuri, bashyigikire politike yo kwirwanaho? Kuko FC M23 babaye impunzi igihe kirekire cyane, baravuga bati tugomba guhaguruka tukarwana kugira ngo tudakomeza kuba impunzi. Muri diaspora nawe ntabwo wagiye muri Amerika kuko wabishakaga, wagiye witwa impunzi, ariko kandi amazi arashyuha ntibagirwa iwabanga.
Ibi ni ibibazo bibiri. Ikibazo cya mbere uravuze muri iki nabwira abantu bagiye mu Kagara, nababwira ngo nibave ibuzimu baje bo. Ababa Kagara cyangwa se abanga twirwaneho M23 barahunze bari mu ntara, baragiye muri Amerika ise na nyina bataramuri hitike, yarahunze gisegeti, yarangiza agashikira gisegeti ari muri Amerika. Aho ngaho ari izindi nyungu ziri behind zihisha inyuma, ariko nta kuri kuri mu namba batwica bakadugira impunzi, bakaturya, bakadutwika, barangiza kudutwika tugahunga, twaje gutaha bakanga kudutaha. None urambira ngo wa muntu hari rongo ari mukuri, ari mu makosa kuko yahunze, uwo yahunze niwe hayavugira. Nibagaruke baje hamwe n'abandi dushaka amahoro yiwacu. Ikindi nshaka kukubwira, ubajije hejuru y'abapastori, iyo ni teoloji ndemeranya nayo. Hari abantu batinya kuvuga ngo Bibiliya ntibyemera. Oya, Bibiliya yemera ko umuntu wese agomba gukorera igihugu cye, agakorera n'Imana ye. Abanyesirayeli niko babayeho guhera kuri ba Mose, guhera kuri ba Burahamu. Uzi ko bigeze gutwara mwene wabo witwa Ruti, afata ingabo ziwe aje kumurwanira na mugarura. None se Burahamu yari umukozi w'Imana, Yoshua yari umukozi w'Imana, se warwanya urugamba akura abanyesirayeli hakurya ya Yorodani, bambuka Yorodani binjira muri Kanani, yari umukozi w'Imana. None se ubwo bukozi bw'Imana iyo Bibiliya yindi basomane yihatari iyi ngiyi tufite twese, ahubwo ni inyigisho mbi bahawe bagomba guhindura. Abanyamasisi bafite abapasiteri b'abadivi banga gushikira M23, bagomba abo badivi batuma batumva badakunda iwabo, ni abadivi bavuye n'ikibazo. Ayo matorero, iyo teoloji yavuye he itubuza gukorera bene wacu? Iyo rero ni imyumvire y'abapolitisiye b'abazungu batuyobesha. Ndavuze ngo bayireke twirwanye.
Niki cyafasha umuntu kudacika intege, kuko abantu benshi batangira ikintu ariko bagacika intege. Niki cyafasha umuntu
kudacika intege? Ni ukubanza ugakora icyo ukunda kikunezeza. Buri umuririmbyi iyo aririmba ntacika intege kuko biramuryohera. Ni nk'umukinnyi w'umupira, nukenera kuzagera kure uzakora icyo ukunda, kuko umuntu ashobora kukwirukana mu kazi ke ariko ntawo kwirukana mu mpano yawe. Uzosazana nayo.
Makoze. Witwa Mbayahaga i Burundi, witwa Apotre Mbayahaga. Mbayahaga uramusubiza iki muri aka kanya? Uretse ko
bishop nkawe kandi baramunenga ko yinjiye muri politiki.
Bishop nawe yirinze gusubiza. Mbayahaga bishop nkawe, ni bishop nkawe.
Icyo nemera kintu kimwe, umuntu afite uburenganzira bwo gutekereza uko atekereza, akavuga ibyo yumva. Ariko icyo ntemezanya n'abantu benshi bari mu Mbayahaga, tugatuka umuyobozi. Nje sinemera gisegete, yewe ndayishimiye, simwemera kuko igihugu cyaramunaniye, igitoro cyarabuze. Yarangiza igitoro cyabuze agafunga imipaka, tikiburiwe ikigo cije mu gihugu, inzara kirabakubita. Rero bagomba kumva, ariko ntawe ugomba gutuka umuyobozi ngo avuge umuyobozi nabi, ngo amwite amazina mabi. Ibyo ni amakosa.
Umukurinzira ku murimo
ni amakosa.
Dr. Dusoza, ari abantu igitabo ni cyiza, kije mu gihe cyiza, ariko nanone hari igihe nk'abantu badukurikira bavuga ati se iki gitabo bagikura he, bakibona ute, kizagera ku banyarwanda cyangwa abantu bari mu bice bitandukanye?
Kizaba kiri ku nkuru nziza, n'ubu hari ibindi bimwe bihari, no kuri Zayoni uhagiye wahasanga icyo gitabo, wakibona biroroshe kukibona. Ugiye muri ayo masomero ko turashaka ko twagishira mu masomero atandukanye, muzakibona kandi kizafasha abantu benshi. Ko kirimo ubuhamya bwanje, uko natangiye ubuzima, uko nabayeho, kabiriya byose navuze. Abantu bose bazabikurikirane, muzasomeye igitabo, bizagufasha kumva yuko hari aho wova ukagera hanze.
Uretse soft copy, hard copy, nta soft copy hari ziboneka?
Irahari, ubikeneye nabyo twabiguhereza. Soft copy turayifite, ubikeneye wakibona ku 10,000. Murakoze.
Murakoze cyane. Yitwa Pastor, ariko mpagarariye Ikaze TV y'u Rwanda. Ndabaza Dr.Musinga, hari itangazamakuru yigeze akorana ikiganiro muri Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika, avuga ku bijyanye n'abashumba, abakozi b'Imana badakunda igihugu cyabo ndetse ngo banabivuge n'abantu babiri. Dr. Bishop Musinga waravuze ngo amagambo nakubwize, waravuze ngo umuntu naza uwaje adakunda Perezida Paul Kagame na FPR ndetse ntakunde M23 AFC natwirwanyeho polisi yoba hafi ikamutwara. N'iki cyakubaza ubwoba abashumba bamwe na bamwe batinya gukora politiki, kandi wowe Dr. Bishop n'iki cyakubaza ubwoba guhagarara umwanya nk'uwo ugashika ubwoba twirwaneho AFC ngo usubize kandi abashumba bari hano umvireho gukunda igihugu ndetse no kukigirira barashama.
Interpreting the question of Pastor. To interpret the question of Dr. Pastor Claude from Ikaze TV, he just asked Dr. Musinga one of the press conferences he had in the US when he was talking about pastors who don't love their nation. So he said, I personally, he was quoting him in his press conference by then, he said, I personally, if you don't love Paul Kagame and also the ruling party FPR, and also if you don't love M23, then the police should be beside you immediately to put you in jail. So what gave you the energy? What gave you the zeal to come out and speak about politics? Yet we don't see so many pastors coming out to speak about politics. Thank you. Let me answer your question in these few words. What took away my fear is that I understood there is something they taught us. The things we call sin, yet they are not at all. Serving your nation is not a crime. But instead, you should be questioned, why are you not serving your nation? There is nowhere in the Bible you will find God using people who are doing nothing, who are idle. Once you go to other nations, you find the pastors also serving the government. But once we come to our nations, they tell us serving the government is a crime or a sin. That's why we have so many poor pastors, because they don't know how to do business. They can't even work in the government. Me, in my belief, in my also philosophy, it allows me to speak out my mind and also serve the government. With all my energy. Once you go in the UK, there is a team of pastors who are the advisors to the Prime Minister. And once you go to the US, starting from the police and the White House, they have the pastors who are called the chaplains. And also we have pastors who are senators. So there are pastors who will go to politics. And your believers, you're electing you. You become a pastor as well as serving in the government, in the parliament. Anyone who has given you this ideology, they have lied to you. Serve your nation and also serve the Lord government. Let nobody ever read to you the Bible and tell you serving your nation or government is wrong. I do not agree with such people. The black Americans and those people who are great, the great person there is called the Reverend Pastor Raphael, and he's a senator. And so why can't I be a senator as well?
ube umusirikare, ube pasiteri, ube polisi, ube pasiteri, ube senateri cyangwa umudepite, gukorera Imana ikubuza gukorera igihugu cyawe, ahubwo imyumvire icyo bita primitive thinking, imitekerereze yo hasi niyo itubuza kutumva no kutumvikana n'abanyapolitike, ahubwo twakagombye kwinjira muri politiki kugira ngo dufashe abayobozi bacu.
So in my conclusion, let me say that I discourage this primitive thinking that denies you to be a pastor and as well as serve your nation. In fact, we should be the ones to stand up and advise our leaders and also help them in serving this nation and developing it. Thank you. The black Americans, the pastors are the ones who gave them independence. And now your pastors are the ones leading you to many problems. They are the ones who teach you how to fight to get money. And teach
you so much. My first question goes to Dr.Musinga. And by the way, thank you for writing this. I think we run with especially growing up people, we need this, so it is very relevant.
turagushimira cyane natwe abantu batoya n'ibitabo gisa nk'ikitwerekeye cyane kandi kitubera umuyoboro.
So the book is relevant to us and to the counterpart. My question is, you talked about a dream. Could you give more shade, light on the difference between a dream and a vision? Your reference was on the King Jr., the loser. He was talking about a dream, but some of the things he talked about, he died before touching them. In his speech, a dream, I see a dream, I see a dream. So that's why I wanted me to give a little difference between a dream and a vision. Then my second question goes to Professor. In his book, chapter 3, specifically on page 31, he's referring us that we should learn sometimes to people who has failed. Professor, do you think this is really relevant in our context? If someone has failed, should I spend my time going to his or her, seeking for advice? Please help me to understand this page. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
ndagira ngo ikibazo cyanjye cya mbere ntibaze Dr. Musinga ni ikibazo kigira kiti ndagira ngo uduhe itandukaniro riri hagati y'inzozi ndetse n'iyerekwa kuko twabonye yuko Martin Luther King Jr. yapfuye atageze ku nzozi ze kandi ijambo ryamuhoraga mu kanwa ryari ijambo rivuga ngo I have a dream mfite inzozi. Duhe itandukaniro riri hagati y'ibyo byombi. Hanyuma ikindi kibazo cya kabiri ndaza kukibaza Professor Izoza mu gitabo cya Dr. Musinga ku numero ya 31 haravuga ngo twigire ku bantu bagiye batsindwa mu buzima. Turibaza nk'abantu batoya abo bantu batsinzwe turabiga iki, turabashaka iki, n'iki tugeraho mu buzima cyadufasha. Murakoze.
Thank you so much for your question.
Urakoze cyane ku kibazo tubashije.
To understand the dream or vision,
kugira ngo gusobanukirwe inzozi cyangwa se iyerekwa,
it is to think
ni ugutekereza
and to have in your heart
ndetse ukabigira no mu mutima wawe
to go somewhere you have never been,
kugira ngo ujye ahantu wowe ubwawe utarigera ugera,
or to see something you have never seen.
cyangwa se kureba ikintu utarigera ubonesha amaso.
You may close your eyes,
ushobora no guhumiriza ku maso,
but your spirit,
nyamara umwuka wawe, umutima wawe,
you see somewhere you will be.
ukagira ahantu ubona uzaba.
That's your dream.
icyo rero nicyo twita inzozi.
Or to have something you don't have yet.
cyangwa se ubwawe kugira ikintu kandi utaragitunga.
You are dreaming to have something you don't have yet.
ikintu wota kuzatunga nyamara utarakigira mu buzima
bwawe. You are dreaming to have it.
ariko ufite inzozi zo kuzakigira.
You may achieve it.
ushobora kukigeraho.
Or not.
cyangwa ntukigereho.
If you plan good.
ariko iyo ubigambiriye.
If you plan a good dream.
iyo ugennye neza izo nzozi ukazitunganya.
The dream is not of you.
inzozi burya ntabwo ari izawe ku giti cyawe,
is generation.
ahubwo inzozi ni iz'urubyaro rundi ruzanagukurikira.
Every right dream
rero buri inzozi zose nziza kandi nyazo
focus to the next generation.
nazo zigenda zihererekanya ku rundi rubyaro ruzaza nyuma yawe.
If you have the dream for yourself,
iyo ugize inzozi zikwerekeyeho gusa,
it's not a dream,
izo ntabwo zitwa inzozi,
it is desire.
ahubwo ni icyifuzo, bwifuzo.
Like if you are dreaming to eat urusheho when you go out here,
reka dufate nk'urugero nk'iyo urota kuza kurya inyama zokeje usohotse hano,
it is not dream.
iyo ni inzozi zawe,
It's just appetite for your stomach.
ni uburyo ushaka kurya wumva ushonjemo mu nda.
But if you are dreaming to build a school for the next generation,
ariko niba urota kuzubaka ishuri abandi bazaza bakigamo,
you are dreaming bright dream for the next generation.
icyo gihe urimo urarota inzozi nziza ku bazagukurikiraho n'abazagukomokaho.
Let me touch a little bit for the next question.
noneho reka ngire icyo mvuga gatoya ku kindi kibazo wabazije.
How we learn, why we should learn the people being fair.
impamvu twigira ku bantu batsinzwe,
We learn by mistake.
twigira ku makosa bagiye bakora.
Though if you repeat the mistake,
ahubwo rero yuje ugasubiramo ikosa bakoze,
that means you didn't learn why they failed.
icyo gihe nta kuba warize neza impamvu batsinzwe,
You will fail too.
nawe noneho uzaba mu mutego umwe nabo nawe utsindwe.
We learn from successful people.
twigira ku bantu batsinze cyangwa se bageze ku bintu.
Even we learn from those who been failed why they have been failed.
no ku rundi ruhande twigira ku batsinzwe ndetse n'impamvu zabatiriye kugenda batsindwa.
Let me use one example.
reka nkoreshe urugero rumwe gusa.
The government of Rwanda,
iyi leta y'u Rwanda
they learn from the mistake the other government did.
bigiye ku makosa leta yababanjirije yakoze.
They changed everything.
noneho bahindura ibintu byose.
Now look how we are now.
noneho rero ko tumaze muri kino gihugu.
In Swahili there's one proverbs.
mu giswahili bavuga uyu mugani,
Kufanya kosa si kosa, kurudia kosa ndio makosa.
gukosa byo ntabwo ari ikosa, ariko gusubiramo ikosa niryo kosa.
Thank you.
arakoze cyane. reka twakire profesa kugira ngo nabo bari bakimubajije tugenda dukoresha mu kwitaza.
I will just use a few minutes, one or two, since this has been already addressed.
ndakoresha iminota mike cyane kuko Dr. yaramaze kukivugaho.
Why should we really learn from some people who have failed?
ese ni ukubera iki koko twakwigira ku bantu batsinzwe?
Most of people have been successful. They have been in two stages of failing as well.
abo bantu bagiye batsindwa hari izindi nzego bagiye banyuramo zo gutsindwa.
Let me give an example of someone who has invented the lamp.
reka mbahe urugero ku muntu wakoze iri tara ritumurikira.
You know well that he tried how many times?
yagerageje inshuro zingahe ku babizi?
999.
inshuro magana urwenda mirongo icyenda n'icyenda.
And then at the 1000th time, that's when he was able to discover that.
ku nshuro y'igihumbi nibwo yashoboye gukora itara rirakoreka.
And then they said, you have failed 999.
noneho akavuga ngo watsinzwe izo nshuro zose.
And he said, no,
agatoya
I've learned 999 ways of not doing the same mistake.
akavuga ati oya, ahubwo jyewe nize inshuro magana urwenda mirongo icyenda n'icyenda zo kutongera gukora ikosa nakoze.
I don't know what you call a failure.
sinzi rero icyo wita gutsindwa.
You can fall down.
ushobora kugwa.
The problem is not to fall down.
ikibazo si uko waguye.
The problem is to be not capable to rise again.
ikibazo ni uko udashobora guhaguruka aho waguye.
Thank you.
murakoze cyane. Thank you so much for giving us this moment. Based on how colleague is dressing, he's the one to start. I'm going to be the one that gives the microphone first, and he's the one to first speak. Allow me, let us give thanks to the Lord so much. I say let's give thanks. But specifically for this moment, let us appreciate Dr.Musinga. We thank you so much, Pastor.
waratwite indira kura igise cyambere cya kabiri niba habashubirane guys nimuka neza urabyara none umwana turamufite mu maboko.
You conceived, you became pregnant, you went in labor pains, I don't know the number of them, but now the child is born and we have the child with us here. We thank you.
turashimira abantu bose baje n'ubwo byavuzwe n'abandi kandi bivugwe n'abandi.
And also we thank each and everyone who got their time to come here. However much many people have thanked you for that, but we also still say thank you for coming. Thank you. Among the many burdens that I have that I'm praying for and I'm considering,
ndasaba Imana ngo abantu cyane cyane abakristo bazige gushyigikirana no gushyira hamwe.
I am praying that believers should have the culture and learn the culture of supporting each other.
Yambona abantu basangiye imitwe y'iterabwoba bari mu mitwe y'iterabwoba batanga bamwe bakajya gukorera amafaranga i Burayi bakajya bayohereza abantu bakayimobiliza kugira ngo bazateze ibibazo.
I always tell these groups, some go abroad to go and work for money, to go and look for funds, to come and support other terrorists, to do evil, to come and do wrong.
Nkabangamirwa no kubona ukuntu abakristo bajya gushyigikira mukabona baragenda biguru ntege mu by'ukuri kandi aritwe twagombye kuba turangwa n'umuco wo gushyigikira.
And it gives me or upsets me, it gives me a hard time to see believers in time of supporting each other, people are making weaker steps to. I was touched by so many things in this book.
Kuri page ya karindwi hari ahantu bavuga ngo intambwe ntoya ni urufatiro rugeza abantu ku bintu bikomeye mu buzima.
I was touched by so many things, but then on chapter 7, there is a statement that says that a small step is a foundation of things, that's something that is going to make you achieve greater things. In other words, a journey that is going to take you far, it will start with little steps.
Mwijuru hari Imana igitanga ubushobozi abantu bakeneye ariko igimuhereza abantu bafite ubushake.
Then on page 17, it says that what you don't have should not deny you to do something you want to do, because in heaven we have a God who will always be the provider of the people who have the will to do something.
Kuri page 32 hari ahantu yavuze ngo ubujiji n'umwanzi utuje.
And in chapter 32 he said, ignorance is this quiet enemy that is killing many people.
Kuri page ya 65 hari ahantu yavuze ndetse n'ikintu bakomeje kugarukaho ngira ngo ni Amon wabajije ati ni mudusobanurira uburyo ki umuntu ashobora kwigira ku nsinzwi z'abatsinzwe. Mu by'ukuri ntabwo gutsindwa ari vocabulaire y'abantu bafite iyo bagana. Gutsindwa ni vocabulaire y'abantu batagira gahunda yo kugera ku nzozi zabo, ariko insinzwi z'abantu bafite iyo bagana ni umwanya mwiza w'amasomo yimbitse.
I'll come back to page 60, whereby one of the people asked I think it's Emon, he said that what should we learn from the people who have failed? Let me say this, that failure is not a vocabulary of people who want to achieve something, but then failure can also be used for something for people who want to achieve higher and greater things.
No, magambo yavuze reka yosorezaho akora introduction ya PowerPoint yavugaga yavuze ngo leadership, a good leader is the one who help others to start.
And as I conclude, let me start from his introduction. He said, a good leader is the one who wants to help others achieve.
They remembered one sentence I read in the book of Miles Monroe. He said, leadership is not all about power, it's all about empowerment.
yaravuze ngo ntabwo ubuyobozi bujyanye ntabwo ubuyobozi ari imbaraga cyangwa se gukoresha igitugu, ahubwo ubuyobozi ni ukubaka abandi ukabashyira n'imbaraga.
Someone else called Maxwell wrote a book.
Undi mwanditsi witwa Maxwell yaravuze ngo
leadership has added value to others.
ngo ubuyobozi ni ukugira ngo wongere agaciro k'ubumenyi mu bandi bantu.
yavuze n'irindi jambo.
He also said another word.
yavuze ngo abaswa ni abantu bazabirwa biruka inyuma y'amafaranga.
He said the foolish are the people who always run after money.
Usimana dufasha aboneke nayo sinzi.
But may God also help us for money to be found, because I don't know where it's whereabouts.
ariko ngo abahanga ni abantu bajya bakora kuri amafaranga abashaka.
But the wise are the people who make sure that money is going to run after them.
ni mu ijambo nasomye ahantu mu gitabo ndumva niba nibutse neza cyanditswe na Napoleon Hill. kivuga hejuru yo kuvuga ngo money is attracted through mindset, belief and purpose.
And I remember the book I read about Napoleon Hill. He was saying ngo amafaranga ajyana n'imitekerereze ya muntu. Why am I speaking all these words? I would like to talk about the treasure in this book. He took his time, nights and days, thinking about the treasure that we need to know about in life. I was asking the moderator when I entered here, and they told me that this book costs only 20,000 francs. Yes, I always approve of Dr.Musinga. Among all the things, this treasure that we have here, only to cost 20,000, I don't approve it. We as believers, mothers, fathers, let's value the nights and the days he has spent writing this. Starting from me, I have 200 USD that I am going to buy this book. Let the ushers come and collect it. Because sometimes there are businesses that will develop the more you keep it. Thank you so much for taking us. Supporting the servant of God. Don't speak to your carnal mind. But may the Holy Spirit also share with you the burden the servant of the Lord has gone through days and nights. I'd like us to applaud Apostle Christoph. My name's Agasana James. for the first time because I love Dr.Musinga so much. I love him for these two reasons. He's one of the people who acknowledges what this nation of Rwanda did to him and also RPF. When we met last time, there is a seed I planted in him. Because Dr.Musinga is not one of the people who became a coward. Here, when we are entering this, we see a signpost indicating where this hotel is. But I'm telling you, this signpost has never stepped in this conference room. Apart from even authoring this book, Dr. Musinga is this book himself. He is the only person who arose to speak about the good things the nation has done to him, and now he's becoming a book to many.
I personally, love you. Thank you for giving back to your country. Thank you for letting Paul Kagame as the key leader of Africa who is giving back Rwanda. So my sister, thank you for supporting him and come all the way from US to this place with him just to see his country and stand beside him. And without doubt, he has wrote a book. This book, when you see the title, Never Give Up. Even if you just drive on this and you don't stop doing anything and say, I will never give up. Even if you don't go to the cover, just go with the title and keep on it. This can take you further than you can imagine. Honestly, thank you so much. And this man is going to be a great man in this country, not only Rwanda but the entire world. He's going to be one of the pillar, one African pillar that are going to develop our country than you can even imagine. Professor Bizoza talked about reading the books and writing books.
Professor Bizoza yavuze ku kintu cyo kwandika ibitabo ndetse no kubisoma.
As my apostle Christoph asked, I also in the rich they asked how much this book, they told me 20,000.
Nuko apostle yageze hali akabaza ku gitabo kiravuga ngahe nanjye nahageze ndabaza baragubita kiguri mu bigo by'abanyarwanda. I really was scared. If I was among the first people to buy it. But let me ask you, brothers. Let's give back to our nation according to what it has done to us. If you may see where he's coming from, and you see where he's sitting right now, I remember one of the singers who sang a song and he was very poor, and he said he came from Kabarondo and now he's in the US. So he's saying a wheelbarrow has become a plane.
Keep focused. Keep focused.
Hari imwe arumwe mu mutwe w'amagambo yanditse ngo komeza intumbero yawe kubera ko dufite byinshi bituma dutakaza iyo ntumbero. I would like us to focus on buying this book. You will stay focused by this book and put in practice or in action what you're reading here, and this is going to make you achieve a lot in life. As my friend just said, the Apostle Christoph, that this book is much more expensive than 20,000 crowns.
Back to the community.
But now because we are giving back to the community,
I
think that's why he made much more cheaper for each and everybody to be affordable to everyone. So don't go out with all this book. Maybe you didn't come with the money.
ugerageze bagufashe bakwereka inzira zatuma wenda banayakohereza ariko niba tugure ikintu kitavuga inyungu zacu atari inyunguzi.
Maybe let's try, they will show you the means to pay that we may also buy for our own benefit, not for his benefit specifically. So not taking more time.
Personal interest and public interest.
There is something they call inyungu rusange n'inyungu bwite. Inyungu bwite y'umuntu n'inyungu rusange.
No kuvuga ngo Musinga ntabwo arebye personal interest, yarebye public interest, niyo mpamvu yanditse ikintu.
Meaning Dr. Musinga did not focus on the personal interest, but then he focused on the public interests.
So when me, I'm a principal of a school called Kigali Christian Academy.
Jewe ni umuyobozi w'ikigo cyitwa Christian Academy.
This is what we believe.
Ibi nibyo twizera.
A person can teach what you know.
Umuntu yakwigisha ibyo azi.
But you produce what you want.
Ariko nanone wowe ubyara icyo uri cyo.
You teach what you learn from colleges.
Wigisha ibyo wakuye mu mashuri wize.
But you produce what you want.
Ariko nyamara ibyo ukora n'ibyo usohora ni icyo uri cyo nyacyo.
Thank you for loving Rwanda. Thank you for loving the president. Thank you for loving RPF. Thank you so very much, my brother.
Warakoze cyane gukunda igihugu cy'u Rwanda. Warakoze cyane gukunda Paul Kagame. Warakoze cyane gukunda FPR inkotanyi.
So he's an apostle.
Rero ni intumwa. Nanjye nkaba bishop.
So he gave $200.
Yatanze amadolari 200.
I give $200,000.
Nanjye yatanze ibihumbi 200.
So that I buy this book.
Kugira ngo nanjye nshobore kubigura. I'm buying it $200,000.
Apostle azavuze yishyuza amadolari 200.
So I bought it $200.
Ariko ndashaka kuzavugana nabo kujyana ku rusengero iwacu nanone ngurishirizeyo.
But I want to talk to him because I want to take it to my church that he also buy it.
Abakristo bacu bashobora gusoma bino gitabo bidufasha kuko nasanze kino gitabo ni ubuzima bwa buri muntu. This is a true story. When you read it, you live it, and you achieve it.
So that the believers there can also get to read it. Once you read it, you also achieve it.
Nubangu iki gitabo ni story iriyo, ni story igenda, nagari teore ni pratique ugisomye cyakugeza ku bintu byinshi.
Meaning this book is a real life story of a person, and once you read it, you can learn a lot from it.
So numva nasaba abashobora kuza kufatanya natwe.
Let me request people to come and join us in supporting.
Hari makumyabiri kuri buri muntu ariko n'undi waza kugira ndakigura miliyoni imwe ndakigura ebyiri ndakigura eshatu urahangaha please waza ukansanga.
It is 20,100 francs, but then one can come and say I can buy much more, even 1 million francs.
Turabahamagara abo nisanzuyeho bitewe n'uko babona bitewe n'ubucuti bwanjye nabo nkahera kuri Kagabo ndetse na baraza.
Maybe I can call upon the people that I know and how close we are. Let me call upon Kagabo and also Mangura.
N'abandi bantu ndetse mpamagare Pastor Claude wabaje ibibazo byinshi nabwo.
Let me also call upon Pastor Claude to come forward.
Pastor Barbara and my brother, iki tugomba kugura ibitabo.
Pastor Barbara.
Tugeze mu gihe cy'ibibazo bike ibisubizo byinshi.
We have come to a time whereby we need to ask less questions and so many solutions.
So ndagira ngo rero bashyigikire bashiki banjye twishyigikire.
I'd like this to support us. He just whispered me to call anybody that I can here. I'm so pleased to be present here. And I'm so pleased for Dr. Musinga. Bishop Musinga, by the way, is a friend of each and everyone. All of you are here because of the way you relate to him or the way you're friends. Now since they are seated here, at least the less that pastor can give is 20,000. And others are going to buy it much more than that. say it. You can speak to the ushers and sow a seed. Bishop, thank you for authoring this book. I just went through a little bit. This is your life. This is based on the testimony I shared with you. That this is your real life. Thank you for giving us the principle that has made you who you are and where you are right now. I had bought it earlier 20,000. But I knew I would give much more. When I entered, when I saw Apostle Christophe, and besides him there was Gasana, I said, I'm leaving money in this place I know. I'm also adding on top of that, and may God continue to enable you, that you may ask the many more books. God bless you richly. There is a scripture that says, what you sow is what you. Proverbs 11:24, you may read that scripture and also follow according to what it says. My friends, it's your time. Thank you so much. My name is Kagame Jackson. I am thanking you for I am among the invitees right now. And I came here happy because I am Dr.Musinga. I don't know he doesn't know me. I used to follow him on different social media platforms to the extent I was driving my children to school. I told him, follow this man, he has a lot of wisdom, you can learn from him. So receiving his invitation to the launch of his book, I was so happy about it, that's why I'm here. And I also invited one of the wise friends I have, and I said, come, let us hear from this wise man. They came, they don't know you, but once they were here, they got to know they know you.
So, Bishop Kasana,
I think Bishop Kasana is a friend, is a brother. You did well to choose me among the many people that I should support and buy this book. I say I will buy even the other books he has authored when I go back home and go with the number of them. My wife loves to read so much, so whenever I buy books, she's the one to read and summarize exactly where I have to read.
So,
I am buying this book for 200,000 francs. I know he doesn't walk with people. Thank you so much. I am pleased to be standing in the midst of these two great men. They are parents to me. Bishop James Gasana. He's a man I've known for a long time. He loves God and his nation as well. Since he called me from there to come, then I also thank God for that. Normally there are places where you are, and once they just mention your name, and then you feel you're becoming great. And Apostle Sebagabo Christophe, he's a man of God that we know. He serves the Lord in this country. whether in the rain, in the night, very humble, a very special man to us. I thank God for Bishop Dr.Musinga. There is a man I used to love. He was gone to live with the Lord. He was called General Michel Makanika. He said if a pastor doesn't love his people and also his country, wherever they may be in this world, they can't find any blessing. After days that Dr. Musinga, he spoke about these great words. He said, I love FPR and President Paul Kagame and also F7 and also kugigwana. And I felt he's an approved man. For this reason I give you thanks. But since I'm standing in between these two people, I approve Dr. Christopher the son. So I am buying 50,000. I'm buying 50,000. 50,000.
Pastor Babula yaje kwicarira inshuti yanjye yicara nawe yicare noneho twumve Imana abose mudebe mu mamagara hariya aze nawe aduhe kwisema.